People said Vihan became successful overnight. But what they didn't know was that his night lasted 20 years. In a tiny apartment, a dusty piano waited by the window, like it was holding its breath. Vihan was 7 when he first touched those keys. One note echoed longer than expected, and something inside him woke up. His mother smiled and whispered, "You have a gift." That night, Vihan wrote his first promise. "One day, I'll make something beautiful." But life doesn't move in melodies. It moves in homework, exams, expectations. As Vihan grew older, excitement slowly made space for fear. He didn't stop loving music. He just stopped doing it where anyone could see. Late nights, headphones, tutorials, practice. Always learning, never starting. And every time he thought about creating something original, a voice whispered, "You're not ready yet." Meanwhile, the world kept moving. Friends began posting achievements online. Concerts, awards, applause. Vihan watched silently from the shadows. His notebooks filled with ideas, beginnings, and endings that never arrived. Perfectionism is procrastination wearing a crown. Family dinners became interviews. "So, what are you doing with your talent?" He smiled politely. "I'm preparing." Preparing became a routine. Work, commute, learn, sleep, repeat. The clock ticked loudly every night. Because time never procrastinates. The scariest place in life is the space between potential and action. By 27, Vihan had shelves full of preparation, and a world that had heard nothing. One evening, Vihan attended a concert. The performer on stage was his old friend. Same age, same dreams, different courage. The crowd stood and applauded. Vihan sat still. That night, silence felt heavier than sound. He opened his oldest notebook. The page from age 7 stared back at him. "One day, I'll make something beautiful." A tear fell, blurring the ink. Preparation becomes a prison when you never unlock the door. The truth hit him gently, and then all at once. He wasn't preparing. He was hiding. At midnight, Vihan sat at the piano. Hands trembling. No plan. No perfection. Just begin. Days later, a message appeared online. A film studio needed a composer. Deadline. Tonight. He almost scrolled past. Almost. Heart racing. He typed, "I can try." The studio sent the final scene of a film. Vihan pressed play. A timer started. 20 minutes left. His fingers touched the keys. And suddenly, the fear was gone. 20 years of silent practice poured through his hands. The melody wrote itself. Timer hit 0. He pressed send. Weeks later, the film released. Audiences cried. The internet exploded. Comments flooded in. Who composed this masterpiece? Overnight genius. Interview lights shined on Vihan. A reporter asked, "How did you create this in just 20 minutes? Vihan smiled softly. Flashbacks filled his mind. Dusty piano. Late nights. Silent years. He answered, "It took 20 minutes to write, and 20 years to become the person who could." Back home, the shelf of unfinished notebooks looked different now. The world celebrates the performance, but it never sees the rehearsal. You are not behind in life. You are preparing in silence for a moment loud enough to change everything.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And share it with your friends.